Howdy guys. Hey, it is Friday. It is almost the weekend, so I hope that you guys have plans for the weekend to do something fun with your families or friends, and you are going to be relaxing and making the most of the weekend, because I know I'm going to try. Anyway, I have a bunch of notes here, things I want to talk about, but I had promised that after the launch of Collagen Plus, I would explain what makes Collagen Plus so different than absolutely anything else you've ever experienced in your life in terms of collagen. Now, I've been using collagen peptides myself personally for over 8 years. I've used many different brands, and there's even many different formulas. There can be powders that you put in liquid. I've seen capsules, I've seen liquids. You can cook with them, you can put them in shakes and teas and coffees and all of these different things. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I've always used collagen because the science is there that, collagen supports good gut health, collagen supports good skin health, hair, teeth, nails, bones, ligaments, joints, all of those things need collagen. But I've never noticed any result, regardless of how much money I spent on them, regardless of what brands they were. And because of my connections within the paleo community, I've used some really top of the line collagen supplements over the years. And I've just never noticed anything that knocked my socks off about collagen. That's not to negate the fact that collagen is good for us and we need collagen. It's hard to say, sometimes it's hard to pinpoint what that one thing does when you're already living a healthy lifestyle, when you are so specific about your diet. And so, one of the things I've always been told was that I had great skin. Well, I do use collagen. I also use frankincense on my skin every day. I don't use any soaps. I don't use any skincare products on my skin whatsoever, other than 1 drop of pure frankincense on my skin. But I eat an amazing diet. I take very good care of myself, and I spend a lot of time outside in the sun. So in talking to people, though, over the years, there have been a lot of people asking me questions about collagen. And so I've done a couple posts on collagen. I've done a couple posts on bone broth, which is the place food-wise where you can get collagen. And I love bone broth. We make bone broth. I keep it throughout the year. I sip on it like I would sip on coffee. Because of its effects on the gut microbiome, and because I know these things are good for me, I've always used them. So whenever we develop a product, it has to be something that no one else does. It has to be something that's better than anything else, or we wouldn't bother to come out with it. And it's not simply because someone else has it, it's because we see a need. And so one of the needs that we saw was that most of these collagen supplements didn't contain the ingredients necessary to activate the collagen so that the collagen could be synthesized by the body and turned into collagen that was usable or absorbed at the cellular level. And this is a problem with most supplements. Many supplements you come across don't have the other ingredients necessary to make that ingredient work. It's like vitamin D3. If you take vitamin D3 by itself, too much vitamin D3 can actually be toxic. But if you take D3 with A and K2 and boron and magnesium, then you're going to absorb that D3 much more efficiently. You're going to need much less to have a much better output. That's why we do what we do. That's why the assessment is so important, because it identifies all the things you need, and it gives you a much better look at what your body does with things and what it needs in order to accomplish what it has to accomplish. And so Collagen Plus is absolutely no different than anything else we've ever done. It is simply the best. And here's why. If you look at any one of those great brands of collagen, you can look at Vital Proteins, you can look at Ancient Nutrition, There's lots and lots of them out there. I've used for years sports nutrition research because it comes from grass-fed beef. So high quality ingredients, right? Yes. But biodiversity, no. So here's what we know. Collagen in the body is your primary protein. More than 80% of the protein in your body is actually collagen. There are 28 different types of collagen in the human body, and they have different jobs. They do different things. Collagen is a restoration protein, so it's going to encompass your ligaments, your joints, your connective tissue, your hair, your skin, your nails, all of those things. Collagen is also in the gut. And so we know that collagen bone broth has always been recommended in terms of healing leaky gut by soothing the lining of the intestine, by closing those channels up so that the gut doesn't leak. And as a matter of fact, a study done in 2012 showed that naturally occurring collagen was anti-inflammatory and helped to heal leaky gut. Collagen peptides also prevent further breakdown of the intestinal lining. So, if 80% of our protein in our body is collagen, and we also know that there are 28 different types, if we're putting one type back in the body, is that really going to make a big difference? So most of the collagen peptides on the market are 1 to 2 types of collagen. The most commonly used collagen is type 1 and type 3, sometimes type 2. If you're using bone broth, you're only going to get one type. You're either going to get type 1, which comes from beef, or type 2, which comes from chicken. Type 3 comes from fish. And we'll get to some of the other types in a second. So if the problem with other collagens was the delivery mechanism or the access to activation of that, and we know that collagen repairs the body, how do we make that collagen, once it's in our body, work better, do the things we want it to do? And I've heard people call collagen anti-aging because it helps with skin elasticity, because it helps with the aches and pains that you get as you get older, because your joints become lax, because there's inflammation. The reality is that your collagen starting in your 30s decreases 10% per decade from your 20s to whenever you die. That means that at 80 years old, we have 1/3 of the collagen in our body that we did when we were 20. If we want to prevent aging, or we want to prevent some of those things we've been told are normal parts of aging, which they're not normal parts of aging if you're taking care of yourself, if you're doing the right things, if you're exercising, if you're eating well, if you're being proactive, you don't have to have those aches, pains, muscle loss, joint damage, ligament loss, poor elasticity, sagging skin. Those things don't have to happen. They don't. So how do we prevent it? Okay. We want to bring the highest quality. We want to bring the highest efficacy. We want to bring to you the way to not just put collagen in your body, but like everything else we do, teach your body how to make collagen itself. And that process is called collagen synthesis. So when you get dietary collagen, it should stimulate the body to produce collagen, right? That's how you make your joint tissue and ligament tissue and all of that, okay? Before we get into how we fix it, so what are the things that reduce that besides aging in general? Well, first and foremost, smoking reduces collagen. So number one thing people do that reduces collagen. The number two thing people do that reduces collagen is stress. Now, we don't get rid of stress, right? But we do teach you how to manage your stress. That's part of working with Bedrock Nutrition. We give you the tools and the strategies necessary to manage your stress, so you're not having adrenal fallout, that your cortisol is regulated, that you don't raise your cortisol, then raise your estrogen, and then gain weight. Stress affects everything, but it also affects your skin, your hair, your nails, your joints. So managing your stress is always going to be a big part of what we do. And then the third way that people reduce collagen is their diet. The thing in diet, the top two things actually in diet that reduce collagen, looking at the standard American diet, are sugar and grains. Grain consumption and sugar consumption are the two things that make sure your skin is bad, you look bad, you get joint pain, and you can't produce or maintain collagen in your body. So if you're eating a standard American diet, it's time to get into one of the classes. It's time to change your diet. It's time to go paleo. Give up the grains, give up the legumes, give up the things that you know are not food. Okay? And if you don't understand why, then it's absolutely time for you to take one of those classes if you haven't yet. The average American eats 31 servings of sugar per day. So when I ask people how many servings of sugar they say one or two. Most things that are sweetened contain multiple servings of sugar. So the average person's eating over 30 servings, not grams, of sugar per day. Okay? Imagine how much damage that does just to the collagen. We're not even talking about inflammatory diseases, autoimmune diseases, other things. We're talking about just collagen here. So of those 28 types of collagen, we put 5 in this beautiful little bottle, Collagen Plus. So first, we have the most common types 1 and type 3 that we talked about, that many other companies are using. Type 1 comes from grass-fed cattle, from the bones. Type 3 comes from fish. So just to give you a heads up, those two are for skin and bone health. Type 2 comes from chicken, and that type is specific to cartilage. Then we added type 5. Type 5 is necessary to activate types 1 and type 3. So when you're getting that common use of types 1 and type 3 in other products, but they don't have type 5, that type 1 and type 3 can't do their job. So type 5 helps to activate types 1 and 3, and it's for your skin. And then type 10 is for overall health, primarily bone health. And type 10 is the most uncommon form, the most difficult to get form of collagen peptides. Vitamin C in our diet is necessary for collagen production inside the body. Those are cofactors that help with your body being able to do its own job. The other cofactor would be actually having some collagen there, and the best place to get that is from bone. When I was a kid, my dad used to gnaw on the bones and eat the marrow out of the bones, and I thought that was really weird until I became an adult and learned what I learned about nutrition, and now bone marrow is one of my favorite things. So you got 5 types of collagen. Then we add things that help your body to create more collagen, and things that are going to help with gut health. Because remember, absolutely everything is about gut health. You can't get healthy unless you take care of your intestinal permeability and gut microbiome. Those two things are critical to every other aspect of your health. So what do we add that makes the plus in the Collagen Plus? That plus is 2 things. It is active aloe, which is a proprietary aloe product. The active aloe is very specifically the only form of aloe that keeps the aloe intact during processing, so you get all of the benefits of aloe. So it's going to heal the gut, but it's also going to help with the collagen production and collagen synthesis. The second thing is fulvic acid. Fulvic acid has tons and tons of benefits in the body, but The reason that we added it is because it is an antioxidant powerhouse and it increases collagen synthesis specifically, allowing your body to metabolize, absorb, and create more collagen. So those things added into this Collagen Plus are what are going to make it work for you. And so, and on top of all of that, it's a pretty great price. It's very reasonable compared to what I was using before. And so you're going to have better results. You're going to have better quality. You're going to have better diversity at a price you can afford. So anyway, that is the new product that people have been asking me about. And I've been meaning to talk about what it does and why it's important. And I think, there was one other thing I want to talk about. My notes, if y'all see how I keep notes, like they're everywhere. So one of the things about us being able to trigger more collagen production naturally is that also triggers hyaluronic acid every time. Which its job, and there's a lot of beauty products and stuff out in the market that'll use hyaluronic acid, but what it does is it hydrates the connective tissue. So it's also going to help with aches, pains, that joint stiffness, etc. Again, those things that we attribute to aging that simply don't have to be the result of aging, as long as we know what we're doing and we take good care of ourselves. So if anybody is interested and wants to know more information, please let us know. And I hope that you guys have a fantastic weekend. Bye.